Hello, engineering students. We're going to start our journey with designing a train toy. So, by the end of the entire train project, you'll have created the objects that you see on screen now, the wheels, the train body, and all the other parts. This video lesson is going to teach you how to do the train body first. When your train body is all said and done, you're going to end up with what looks like this train body, a wooden blocky train body. And I'm just going to quickly show you some of the features before I get started on the demonstration. So we do have some hole features here. So on the sides, there's going to be holes. I'm going to right click, edit feature. Take a moment to look at the thread types here, because you'll need that later on. Okay. The fillet, there's going to be a fillet pretty much on every single edge. And the fillet is going to be, let me go into edit feature. It's going to be 0.1 inches. And also notice 29 edges were selected. So 0.1 inch fillet. The holes on the front, let me edit the feature. Those are just regular holes with a 0.125 inch diameter and a 0.125 inch depth. And then I believe there's holes on the back. Yep, here we go. Edit feature. That is a 0.5 inch depth with a 0.25 inch diameter. Okay, so that is what your train body will end up looking like. Oh wait, the material. So if I go to File, iProperties, Physical, the material. Let me update this. It needs to be one of these woods. So wood birch, wood cherry, maple, oak, walnut. You get to pick. If you are comfortable with looking at drawings like this and getting started right away without the video lesson, then please be my guest. But if you want a very detailed opening and overview of how to make this, then keep watching. So let's go ahead and go to our desktop and open up Autodesk Inventor. And you'll notice that the part is all in inches, so we don't need to change to millimeters. But let's go ahead and start a new part. So click that drop down menu. Alright, so I'm actually going to scroll down to the second image here so you can see that as well. Okay, and if you don't have a printout of this, make sure you get one from me. Alright, so we're going to start with making this face here. And what I'm going to do is click Start a new 2D sketch. Click on the XY plane. And I'm going to start off by making a rectangle and then dimensioning the rectangle afterwards. So that rectangle is 2 by, and this can get a little tricky here with these dimensions, 2 by 0.875. So let me click dimension. So that bottom line is going to be 2 inches, and the side is going to be 0.875. I'm going to click on that front view here. And then we have a circle with a radius of 0.75. Let me zoom out a little bit. I'm going to draw it over here. Right click, make sure you're on radius. So that was 0.75. And the center mark of that circle to the bottom edge is 1.375. Click dimension, click your circle, click the bottom. What did I say? 1.375. And let's make sure that it's centered with the object here. So I'm going to click vertical constraint, click the center mark of the circle, find the midpoint, and click, and that should have centered it if it wasn't centered. Then we're going to click the trim command or X on the keyboard and click and drag across those two lines. And then click Finish Sketch. Click the Home button. And we're going to go ahead and extrude that by 5.5. So click Extrude. And I want to go in the opposite direction for this and make that 5.5. And click OK. Click on the Home button of the View Cube. And now this is where we go to the second drawing to see this dimension here. What we're going to do, what we end up doing is drawing a rectangle and then a large circle. So let's do that. So this is the front. We want to draw on the back. So using the view cube, go to the back. All right, now we're going to click on this surface and right click New Sketch. We're going to click on Rectangle. Just center this a little bit. And then we're going to click on this corner, let it snap, and go up past 3 here, and press Enter, or just click. There we go. Now we need to put a point here because we're going to use that point to help us figure out this radius. So let's click on Point. And actually, let's click on Project Geometry and project the geometry of the circle. And then click Point. And then hover over the point, but don't click, and go downwards. And click. And that point is 0.375 away from the bottom edge. So click Dimension, click the point, click the edge, click on the right side, 0.375. And then we're going to click on Circle, click on the point, and make sure we're on Radius because the radius is going to be 2.375. So 2.375, is that correct? Or I'm sorry, 35. 2.35. Then press Enter. Now you see that's the shape we're trying to get at. So of course we're going to use Trim command. I'm going to trim what we don't need. There we go. And click Finish Sketch. Then click your Home button. And we're going to extrude that shape. It looks like it's between this edge and this edge to be 1.75. So click Extrude. The shape went the other way, so we're going to click this button. And we're going to click, make sure it's a solid. And it's going to be 1.75. And then click OK. Now, if you've made it this far, then you should be able to figure out how to put these holes here, and these holes here, and this hole, and then this cutaway. What is going to trip you up is putting this hole here. So I want you to try and figure that out before you continue watching this video. And give yourself about 2 minutes to try and figure it out. After the 2 minutes, if you're like totally stumped, then continue watching the video. So let's go ahead and figure out how to put this hole on a cylinder. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop down the plane menu here, and we're going to find tangent to surface through point. Click on that, and then click on the cylinder, and then hover over the edge right around the top middle of the circle there, and click. Hold on, let's try that again. It's not the one, sorry. It's this one. when that little plane pops up, then we click. There we go. Okay. So that might have been a little janky for you. It was a little janky for me. That's okay. And then you're gonna go ahead and zoom in a little bit, hover over that tiny little work plane, right click, new sketch, and then you're gonna place a point. Okay, so you're gonna find the midpoint here, and you're gonna go up and click, and let's figure out where that is. That is 0.875 away from the edge. So click dimension, click your point, click the edge, type 0.875, and then finish sketch. And then of course we can click on hole here, and we just need to, I'm going to check the back that point didn't become a hole, which is good. Okay, and then let's look at the drawing. That is has a diameter of 0.50, and it's cutting into the part, so by 0.25. So we want a termination right here, this button, 0.25. Okay, can you see that? So simple hole, null seat, termination distance, direction default. We have a diameter of 0.5 with a distance of 0.25. And I don't see a drill point note annotation here, so the drill point should be flat. I think. Wait, don't click OK. Let me go figure. Yeah, it's gonna be flat. And then click OK. And if that work surface, that work plane here, if that's annoying you, just right click and uncheck visibility. Alright, so at this stage, I'm very confident that you will be able to figure out how to place these other holes and this cutaway using the notes in the drawing here. So please try to figure that out on your own. If you do get stuck, then flag me down and I'll be over to help you out.